Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. It's bank holiday here in the UK, which means only one thing. The weather is atrocious because that's what happens every bank holiday weekend. We have these extra long weekends, time to sort of enjoy being out in the garden and the sunshine, maybe go away, and it pours with rain. It's not raining too much at the moment. It's a little bit of drizzle as I was walking to Sainsbury's, but not great. But I hope wherever you are, you've got a great weekend planned. I imagine you're just going to spend the weekend with us, which couldn't be better as far as I'm concerned. We've got loads and loads for you today. Lots of great deals for you on the website. If you have a look under April showers, you'll see that we've got a 50% savings, like a flash sale on there. All sorts of different things. Have a look on the website because there's just too many bits and pieces for us to go through there. But there are some Spectrum Noir goodies, so do have a look at those. We've got lots to show you. Lots of Phoebe Frenzy. We said Phoebe Frenzy. Phoebe?
Phoebe Frenzy.
I was watching Friends this morning. It's a Phoebe. You get a free Phoebe with every order. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's your freebie frenzy. So we've got lots of amazing deals. If you watched the shows yesterday, you would have seen some of them. We're going to show you some more today. And all of those deals run until midnight on Sunday. So do have a look at them. There were some really incredible deals. There was colour blend pencils we were looking at. Buy one, get one free or something like that. It was amazing, amazing deal. I have to say, I did a little bit of shopping after the show while I was eating toast in bed yesterday evening. I know, not very good. But I'm not here on my own. I have the gorgeous Debbie with me. Hello, Debbie. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm fine. Thank you very much. Yes, we're going to show you what you've got lined up today because we have got some amazing shows. We're going to kickstart with a little sneaky peek, as we always do, and the game. Dreading the game, Becky, I'm not going to lie.
I know. It's going to be trouble.
We're going to give you the sneaky peek of the things that are coming up in the later show with the masterclass with our Sorry Signature Special, and also I'm going to show you the Craft Along project that's coming up at 2 o'clock with the corner punch and decorative punches.
Yep.
But first things first, let's show you. We are going to actually have a little recap though, Becky, on an absolutely amazing launch that we did yesterday with the fabulous Sarah. So we are going to be in this first show retouching for those people that might be joining us this morning that didn't see yesterday's shows, that didn't see the launch, and we're going to talk about the Baroque borders, and that's the demo that I've got planned for you this morning. So we're going to be focusing on those. We're also going to be doing our Sarah's Signature Special. Now, we've got a couple of Christmas collections that are available. So we've got 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and we've got our Frosty and Bright. So these are some of the demos that we're going to be making throughout the day. We've also got, I absolutely love the Say It With Flowers. So lovely. We've got a Say It With Flowers special as well. That's coming up on that Sarah signature. We may be recapping on one of the most popular collections we've ever done, which is the Roaring 20s. We've got a little bit of Country Lane for you. I can't deny, but I love the vintage butterflies, and let me tell you, that collection is just divine, and you're not going to believe some of the prices. So we've got the vintage butterflies on there. We've also got everything I've just shown you, Becky, is what I've got planned for today. I don't know if I'm
look at that.
I don't know if I'm setting the boundaries quite high there, but
you are.
yeah, the bar's going to be quite high. But yes, we've got also as well Enchanted Dreams. That's coming up today in Play Your Craft Right, and also in the Sarah's Signature collection. However, sandwiched in the middle, we have got our Craft Along. And we've got a guest joining us who messaged me last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just wanted to know about a list, but apparently I'd not seen the message being on there 2 days. Apologies, Gaz. I don't get round to the messages, it's just not straight away. But yeah, I did answer. We're really looking forward to it. And we're going to be concentrating on our decorative punches that we launched just a few weeks back, along with the 3-in-1 punch tool as well. And we're going to be making this little folio. So this little folio is what we're going to be creating today, where you are going to build this little portfolio up, or little portfolio, a little photo album maybe.
That's great.
Perhaps it's going to be something for your keepsakes maybe, but I'm going to show you and take you step by step to create this lovely little folio that we're going to be doing. I've noticed one of my favourite pads are in there, the applied pads that we may have available as well, but we are going to be making this project from start to finish, fingers crossed, But we are going to do it. It looks complicated, but it's really not. It's really straightforward. It's probably one of the more simplest of the folios that you can actually do. So it's absolutely fabulous. So that's what we've got coming up at 2 o'clock today. So that's me all lined up, Becky. Becky, I'm just going to get myself all ready because we're going to crack on with that first demo in a few minutes.
Lots of people saying hello. So Stephen Nicole says, morning, everyone. Sarah Brown says, hello, hello, my crafty friends. Hoping you're all well. And a huge hello to Debbie and Becky, sending you hugs from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you very much. Lynn Harvey says, hi, Becky, Debbie, the CTV team, the wonderful social superstar and everyone. I hope you're all well and enjoying your day. Thea says, hoi, hoi, good morning. Lois says, good morning from Ohio. Betty says, good morning from Oklahoma. A bit early on a Saturday, but the cat doesn't read a calendar well. They are naughty like that. If you like cats, have a look on TikTok. A guy called Christopher Hall does some great little impersonations of cats. He's quite entertaining. I met him at a comedy club the other week. Sorry, I was really overwhelmed. Linda says, good morning from Maryland. Sherry says, good morning, Debbie, Becky, CC team and everyone. I'm watching from Franklin, Ohio. Zoe Carver says, good morning from a sunny West Sussex. You've got the sun. Pass up here.
Who's got the sun?
Yeah. Zoe, in West Sussex, that's where we should be doing the show from today.
Yes, we should.
And Nikki says, funny
south.
Debbie mentioning the punches. Whilst watching Play Your Cards Right, I'm punching loads of tags made from all my scraps. That's a good idea, actually, because we forget all those little scraps. You might as well use them up. So good morning, everybody. Let us know what you're doing today. Let us know if you've got any questions about any of the products we've got today, or indeed any questions at all. You know, could be anything. You know, what's your favourite animal? I don't know. Just get them in anyway. Right, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to have a look at is this fantastic collection, and this is your Country Lane collection. You've got really great savings on this. This has got a whole host of different items. You've got stamps, you've got dies, you've got cut and emboss folders, you've got all sorts of things in there for a fantastic price. So if I go through the board so you can actually see what you're going to get there, it is 75% saving. Wow. That is mental. That is really good. So let's show you what you're going to be getting here. Buy 4 and you get 9 items free. Is that not the other way around? Okay. Do you know what? Sometimes at the weekend, I think they do these things. And, well, we just go with them because there's no one here to tell us not to. So you'll be getting, this is your Dusk Till Dawn. This is your little upside down die and stamp set. It does work either way, doesn't it? I always think that reminds me of Narnia, as does this one here, which is the Light Up the Lane lamppost. Whoops. You've also got some white lace, always useful. You've got some beautiful butterfly dies. You've got your lace frame. That is very, very pretty. You could use that in so many different ways, couldn't you? This one here I really like. This is your country lace, which is just embroidery anglais to me. I like that. That's really, really pretty. The next thing we've got is our... I'm going to glue this because this happens all the time. This is your stamp and die set. These are your perennials in pots. I used to work at Kew Gardens, and this just reminds me of being in one of the conservatories at Kew Gardens. That's exactly what they look like with all of those pots. We've then got your perfect peony, and that, again, you can use that with your flower forming foam on your normal card, or even vellum, I think you can use that for, can't you? This one is your hanging sign with your vines. Again, that is so pretty, and I do think that goes really well with that gnome collection that we've got, doesn't it? A gateway to the country is your cut and emboss folder. Again, very pretty there. You've got your cottage window with your stamp and die set, and then you've got your garden gateway. So the price for this is £23.97, $23.04 if you are a platinum member. We've got loads of other deals for you, so do have a look on the website and see what we've got. Now, Debbie, you've used Country Lane before, haven't you?
I have, yes.
It's one that keeps on going throughout the whole of the year.
Oh, it is. It's not just... I mean, obviously, our sort of themed collections are usually based around a theme and a focus, but there's lots of elements in there that you can take out and use in maybe your newer collections that you have or upcoming collections that are coming. But they do all work beautifully together to create a nice theme. However, there's loads that you've just seen Becky go through there that you can take into your crafting and beyond. And that's what I love about our collections, I really do. And I'm not going to lie, one of my favourite ones is coming up because I've just spied you then with the boards. Yeah. And I'm going to start with the first demo with this because I adore these. They're just fabulous. Any Sarah's Signature collection, you know, work beautifully together, but you also know that they do work independently on their own as well. And like I said with the Country Lane, you can take some of the elements and take them into lots of different styles of not just card making, but your scrapbooking, your home decor, and all the other things that you do with your collections. So it's really gorgeous. But I can see, Becky, you've got one of my favourite ones.
Yeah, because I think these two work really well together, don't they? They're different aspects. So this is your Sarah Signature Garden Party. This is your Towering Teacups embossing folder, and this does look amazing. I've seen this on some different shows before. It does look really incredible. The next item we've got in there is your Summertime Florals. Again, really, really pretty, and I think they're almost like because you sort of build them up, you could just use the very sort of faintest one, like the first part of them, rather than all of those different stamps, and just have that kind of layer, and then being able to use your watercolours maybe and make it sort of more of a sort of feature. Then we've got traditional lace. Again, this beautiful stencil, really pretty, with all of those sort of ideas, a bit like that Brodie Anglais. Then you've got your Celebrate and Party die, and that looks really cool. I like that one. This one is your Whimsical Balloons. That's very nice. It looks, it would be great for coronation or baby shower. And especially in those colours there. Then we've got ornate lace. Then we've got these, which are absolutely beautiful, and I love this kind of filigree lace item that we've got down there. So this is your vintage birdcage. So you've got your die and stamp sets here. I just think that on this side here, this is so pretty, really lovely. Very reminds me of those dies that we launched yesterday with all of those sort of Baroque kind of feel to them. And then we've got dainty lace, again so pretty, with your die and stamp set. The price for this is that's ridiculous.
Oh, it is.
£18.38.
It is. This is why it's a Sarah's Signature Special, Becky.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to go over to you so I can go and get my phone because, my goodness.
Are you doing some more shopping?
Just for that, I mean, that's over a 70% saving. That is mental.
Yeah, and if you love your party, your party invitations, we call it card and party, but if you love any kind of invitation, whether it be a party, for a christening, for a birthday, whether you're just having your friends round, what about when you want to gift to someone? Because I do that quite a lot. I gift people like an afternoon tea kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
This would actually tie in with that as well. So there's lots of gorgeousness in that. So, and I can see that Becky she's going to be tapping away. I'm going to show you a few samples before I crack into a demonstration. But honestly, these are beautiful. That price is insanely good. A little bit of the stencils with that gorgeous build-up flower and the Celebrate die set. Just stunning. You could take any of your papers from your collection and use this. You don't necessarily have to have the papers that came with the collection at all. And look, there's some beautiful pieces in here. One of my favourites is that gorgeous die. I absolutely adore it. The teapot, and the teacup there looks absolutely exquisite. Colour them in with any of your colouring mediums. Lots and lots of gorgeousness. I'm trying to get this to sit down. Come on, no, don't want to open that one. We'll change his mind on that one. You could heat emboss. Now, this has been heat embossed onto craft card with a white embossing, and how gorgeous does that look there? So there's lots of ways that you can use this gorgeous collection and create some really beautiful projects. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping, a little bit of colouring. The one that you was talking about, Becky, that lace is just absolutely divine. It really is such a beautiful stamp. And the way that I just showed you with that technique is that's the stamp that's being used with our watermark translucent clear ink pad and then white embossing powder put over the top to create that onto craft card, which looks, I mean, it's honestly divine. I've also got on here that beautiful parasol. I love that as well. It's another gorgeous one. And another beautiful border as well. Not just the border, though, on this one. Look, you've got the border, and then you've got these lovely corner pieces. This could be a central place where you put your sentiment over there as well. You can see which one this one's loved most in the place, can't you? It might just be that parasol, because a lot of people love that. Lovely thing about it, though, as well, is that you don't have to fussy cut, because you've got all of your dies to do the die cutting for you. First things first, though, we'll just stamp a few things. I've lost my teacup, so it's a good job. I've already pre-stamped these bits, isn't it? I've got those stamped to one side, but I'll show you. It's, again, just really lovely when you do it. I've lost my stamping platform, Becky. Come on, Debbie, what have you done with it? There it is. Memory like a sieve, Becky, memory like a sieve. But yeah, you... Can
Debbie, it's going to be one of
those going to go. Have you just? Do you have that feeling?
It's going to be one of those days.
It's going to be one of those days.
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely going to be one of those days. And I was going to say, if Debbie was here, if she'd have got, if this has been cleaned, you see. So, but Debbie puts the spray down on the top, so it stops that from happening. So that I know that my paper is not going to pull up when I stamp with it. So yeah. Debbie come back, all is forgiven. Oh, she'll be going soon, won't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still not gone, has she? I mean, I fancy having a week off before she's getting a week to go away.
I love the fact that Debbie's talked about her holiday so much, we all know when she's going, when her flight is, and her itinerary.
We all know.
We're all
I'm
living
surprised
through
we're not going to get a message later, Becky, telling us, do you know I'm going on holiday? I bet you any money. At some point during the day, there's some kind of a little message from her, just reminding us.
Exactly.
Now, isn't that the most divine?
That's so pretty.
Honestly, it's just the most divine stamp. Make your background papers. You've seen myself and Craig do them before, where you could take that stamp and then stamp it across, so you could literally create a beautiful background paper as well, which is just gorgeous. It really is. But like I said, you don't even have to worry about any single die cutting element, because that is placed over the top. Now, I'll do a bit of colouring before I do that. Actually, though, no, I'm going to do the Craig way. I'm going to place it over the top.
Is that your normal, not your normal way? Do you normally colour
well,
first?
you see, this is the thing. So what I used to do was, I used to stamp, colour, and then die cut.
Yeah.
And I was on air with Craig one day, many moons ago, and I did that. And then when I ran it through the die, it moved. So, and Craig said, do you know what you should have done there, Debbie? He said, you should have stamped, you should have die cut, you should have coloured afterwards. He said, so that any mistakes that happen, you don't have to worry, because you've not ruined anything or spoilt anything, because it literally cuts straight across the design, we don't have to do with it. And after that, and it's all about those little top tips that each of us give each other, that you guys give us as well, that inspiration. So it's something now that I've stopped. I have to pause and I have to stop myself from doing it, because sometimes, creature of habit, you go back to those habits, don't you? But yeah, it was a really top tip, word of wisdom from the Hottie Scotty himself, that I tend not to forget now, because we don't want things happening, we don't want things moving at all, at all. Now, I'm going to bring in, let me grab a spare piece of cardstock, because I want to put a bit of scrap paper underneath while I do a spot of colouring. And I'm going to use, do you know, I've not used these in ages, tricolours. Yeah, I don't know if I've got any in stock, but I haven't used a tricolour in absolutely ages and ages and ages. But I thought I quite like the colour theme to this one. Whenever you're using a stamp, and depending on your medium, just make sure you have got the right one. So for me, I use the alcohol-proof dye, what means that I get no smearing when I do bring in my alcohol pens over the top. And I'm just going to come down and do a spot of colouring. I'm not going to do too much, because I do love colouring. Did you say they were in stock?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect, perfect. And they are beautiful. Tricolour brush pens are stunning. And they're slightly different to our normal tri-blends, because they're not like a colour of the same family. So do you know how we talk about like a dark red? It's like medium and dark.
Yeah.
They're complementary colours. They all work together really well.
Okay.
So this one is the Forest Glade one, and it's got mint tea, celery, I love the names of these, and gossamer. I just think, unusual names, but they don't match. So they're from different families.
Yeah.
So that's a jade green in the shade 05. That's a light green in the shade of 05. And that's a dark green in the shade of 05.
Okay.
So
they all work.
Yeah, but they work. They complement each other perfectly. They really do.
So would you say you were going and you're going on holiday, perhaps you're Debbie and going on holiday, and you're... She's going on holiday. Did I mention that she's going on holiday? But if you were going away and you wanted to do a little bit of work, would you suggest that those pens were the better ones to get for your trip away, because you've got those different colours within them rather than just, you know, darker colours throughout?
I think, do you know, to be fair, Becky, it's one of those questions, what you prefer.
Yeah.
I mean, I adore these. And I know we've got producer Lily in the gallery today.
We have, yeah.
And I know producer Lily loves these just as much as we all do. I think it's a personal choice, really, depending on what you've got. But yeah, they're easy to pack up because they're in the pack as well. They're easy to pop in a case or a little bag and stick them in there so you can take them with you. You know how some people take books to read on holiday and things like that? I want to do a bit of colouring.
I might take my Gemini this year when I go on holiday.
You're going to take your Gemini?
Yeah. Well, I don't. I go by. I fly, but I get my husband to drive with the dog and the children, and I try and eke out a couple of days holiday on my own while they've all gone. But yeah, so he can load up the car. So I just think might be quite cool. A few little videos of me using the Gemini on the beach.
I love your way of thinking.
Obviously, my MIDI, probably not the OG, unless I've got a really long cable running from one of the restaurants. No, no, not the Pro, definitely not. Goodness,
could you imagine taking it Pro on holiday with you? My God, that would be more than your luggage allowance, really, when you think about it. It's absurd.
Can you imagine when they open it up at customs and they're like, well, what's this? You're like, oh, well, you know.
I wonder if anybody has took something like that on holiday. That's a thought.
Do you remember they used to do this thing on, I think it was Hello magazine or one of those big magazines, and they used to like a photograph of you with the magazine in a different place, the most unusual place. Maybe we should do that. You've got to have a crafter's companion throughout the summer. Throughout the summer, people have got to have a crafter's companion item when you're on holiday, we'd like a photograph of it. Have a little gallery.
Loads of places do that, don't they? I know Take a Break do it, Slimming World do that as well. Where do you take your magazine? All those faraway places, little things. Yeah, that'd be really interesting. Let's have a look where you take your Gemini.
Georgianne says, oh, Debbie, you look beautiful in your purple. I love the print. It's exactly what I said to Debbie when she came out of her room this morning. It looks lovely. I really like that dress.
Thank you very much.
Hannah says, morning, I've just got back from taking my daughter to baby ballet and I fell over on my way out.
Oh, no.
So embarrassing. I hope you're all right. You haven't injured yourself. You have to put your leg up, cup of tea.
That's it.
Cake. And
that's it.
And Lillian Kwok says, the garden party was before my time. How is there any still left? I feel the same. And there's going to be one less available shortly because I'm going to be popping that in my basket.
Now, you saw how quick that was to colour that lovely parasol in. And really, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of time doing your depth and dimension if you don't want to. If you want to, that's absolutely fine. But these are beautiful stamps where you don't have any effort because you just do that colouring, do the die cutting, and then get ready to do a little bit with it. Now, I did say that I'd already done some pre-stamps, so I'll show you because I don't want to spend all my time colouring them in, but you get all of the die cutting elements. Talking of cake.
Debbie, now I'm hungry.
I know. I'm like looking at it, a cup of tea, a little. Now then, this is the age-old debate: macaroon.
Macaron, if they're like that, or macaroon if they're the ones that you get from the bakers where they're just all coconut.
Or
macaron.
Oh, a macaron. Yeah. Now, that's all my bits cut out, so I'm going to push those all there. But, yes, spend a bit of time. Do you know, this is the kind of thing that you would pop on your rotating board on a night time, sat watching a bit of TV and doing a bit of colouring. Yeah. And it's not a lot of space needed either, so you can do that on your lap tray or, like I said, your rotating boards. So that's all my little pieces cut. I've actually stamped, Becky, and I did this onto some white stamping card and just coloured using, like sandstone. That's quite nice. It gives you a little bit of an aged look. And I've just snipped it up into pieces as well, so I've got some little areas to do a little bit of decoration. I've got myself a centre stepper. We'll call it a centre stepper, because that's what it is, Debbie. And I've done some little pieces where I've cut out and used some baby pink. And I've already cut all my mats and layers. You can find lots of tutorials online with these kind of styles. There's also as well lots of different folds in your template library, so you could be using your template library as well. So again, there's lots of things that you can do in terms of your folds, and it's just doing something a little bit different. So that's what I wanted to do with this. So I'm going to use a little bit of wet glue, so my all-purpose glue is going to come out, and I'm going to make life easier, just spread that out a little bit and then pop that into place, and we'll start building up our cards. So let's come in with some more.
Loving
glue.
your nails, Debbie.
They don't come too close, will you? Because they are looking rather shabby.
I don't think so.
I managed to miss getting them done. And then yesterday I had that little break, didn't I, between the shows, between Sarah. And I thought, I'll go and do that after I've developed my photos that I wanted for my little project this afternoon.
Yeah.
Good grief. That in itself took absolutely ages, in so much so I didn't have any time to do my nails whatsoever. So I'm going to have to wait until Tuesday when I'm back home and go to my regular place. So I'm just going to pop that onto there. Now, I have used little scrap papers of my garden party, what I had left. I'm not sure we've got any of the papers left. However, it does not matter. It's a decoration. You can use any with this collection whatsoever. What was you saying there, Producer Lily? They would indeed. Plaid paper pads. They would work really nice. Are we allowed to say about the new paper pad that's coming up this way?
What new paper pads?
So there's a new paper pad coming on Tuesday. Well, I say paper pad, paper pads.
Ooh.
And can I also say, if you love linen card, 12 by 12, 12 by 12 linen card, you may love that too, that matches. So all I'm going to say, I'm not going to say no more. I'll leave that one for our lovely Michelle and everybody else that's in that day, because it's launching on Tuesday and you're going to absolutely love it. And if any of the viewers are watching from Hobby Maker, it's on Monday. Just saying. Giving you a little heads up, because I'm going down there.
Are you?
I am.
On Monday you're going
Yes,
there?
I am. Yes, Bank Holiday Monday I shall be working. I will be down at Hobby Maker and launching those beautiful papers. They're gorgeous.
Oh, I need to see what they're like.
You want my lovely?
I need to see what these are like.
Oh, you ought to see them, Becky. If you love paper, you've got a bit of a paper addiction, like myself.
I think most people do, don't they?
I don't have a paper addiction whatsoever. I have no idea. I don't know who I'm trying to kid there. Is Christine watching? If Christine's watching, Christine, you might want to tune in on Tuesday. Just saying.
Give us a clue. Just give us a little clue.
Summer, florals, beautiful. I mean, come on, you know what our paper pads are like. They are, absolutely. You are spot on right there, Lily. They are stunning. Oh, no, look what you've done, Debbie. You've put... Bam, bam, look at that back. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was close. But yes, they are absolutely stunning, and you are going to absolutely love them. You've got to tune in to... Is it Michelle and Ben? Yeah, maybe Michelle and Ben on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll find out for you. But yeah, there's some gorgeous, gorgeous new paper pads coming, and they're well worth tuning in for. Early bird that catches the worm. Again, just get in early. Don't be leaving it too late to come in on Tuesday, because you're going to absolutely love these.
Right, I'm loving that card. I think that's great.
Oh, thank you very much. It's sometimes just positioning. Now, normally when I do it, Becky, I do have a plan. And I don't know about yourself when you do your card making, but just have a little look around with things that work and see which area to put them in. I sometimes don't stick them straight down, because I had a plan with this one, I knew. So sometimes I might just not put my foam pad straight on and then start to have a play around with. And sometimes to compose them, in your composition, when you're popping things together, I look at how things would work, and perhaps have your teaspoon going over there. Take a little picture before, and then you could do a few pictures, go over them, see what you think looks good, and then you could work from there. That's how I tend to, when I'm composing anything, look at things. So that's what you could do as well. Now then, where am I going to put my macarons? Oh, do you know what? I'm going to cover my join up.
In my tummy.
Do you know what? I'm going to just... I do love a good... are they coconut based?
No, they're not almond. Macarons are almond, ground almonds and sugar, and not egg whites. I've made them once before. They're a bit of a fiddle.
Well, I think you might need to make some of those.
But if you buy macaroons, it's coconut.
It's what?
With macaroons, it's coconut. You know, you get that rice paper on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And then, it's all gooey. Oh,
right, okay, yes.
With dark chocolate on top, and a glacier cherry.
Can we stop talking food, please?
I pick those bits off. I don't eat those.
We've got to stop talking food. Belly will start rumbling again.
It's nearly lunchtime.
Is it nearly? Oh, it is. How did that happen?
I don't know.
How did that happen? My goodness me.
Oh, I love that.
So I've started putting this together, and I've done it while it's laid in the flat stage. But when you start to put this up and pick this up and put all your score lines back into place, you can manoeuvre that so you can get those beautiful place. And then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use the Celebrate, and I've got the Celebrate that I can either pop across or have a little bit skew with. Let's have a little look. This is what I'm like, you see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go straight. Actually, no, because that's nice and skew with, isn't it? Yeah, well, we'll have a little bit of a on the corner kind of effect, so, or on the wonk, as we like to call it in the craft world. On the wonk, Katie cornered, skew whiff, and all of those kind of words that we use when we're coming to talk about how we place things on. Now, there you go, Becky. A nice, gorgeous little celebratory, beautiful collection using some of that. I mean, I'm not going to lie, Becky, I can't get over the price. Look at the lowest it's going to go to. £18.38 or $23.98, I think is amazing. $22.97 and $29.85 is a great price to start with.
Yeah.
Then you minus off your membership level, so whether you be bronze, whether you be silver, gold. But the lowest you're going to go to is that one there in that purple box, which I think is sensational for a collection of that size, because there is a lot to it and a lot of separate elements, like I said, that you could theme together or take them out. You know, the craft along project this afternoon, those borders you could use in there. There's certain elements in there, the celebratory, the die sets. There's lots of things that you can take away from the tea party, so it doesn't necessarily have to be all focused on the tea party. You could be thinking of other little elements that you could pick and perhaps mix and match in other areas of your crafting.
Absolutely, looks lovely. I really like this. So just to recap, to show you what you're going to be getting in this collection, this is your Party and Celebrate die here, which you saw Debbie using just a moment ago. Then we've got the traditional lace stencil. We've then got the Towering Teacups embossing folder. We have got this die set, which has got all of your summertime florals die stamp. Then you've got this one, which is your ornate lace. You've got your whimsical balloons. And then you've got these here, which are the beautiful stamp and die sets. The first one is your vintage birdcage. Then you've got your dainty lace. I'm glad I read that properly, because it looks like dirty lace from here. It's not at all, it's dainty. I think if you were going to have Bridgerton's still going, isn't it? And
excuse me?
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton, I've never watched it.
Oh my goodness.
Never watched it.
You've never seen The Duke?
The who?
I'll show you some pictures of that later.
Okay.
But they've just had a relaunch of the launch of the Queen Charlotte film, which is like all about the Queen, and those like parasols and things like that. If you were going to have a Bridgerton themed party, using those parasols with that lace maybe for your invitations, I think that would be lovely. I'm just saying, my birthday's coming up soon. If my mum and
when's your birthday?
20th
of May.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, 20th of June.
Oh, 20th of June.
Yeah, so when are you, you're 29th. So we've got, so John Scott is the 19th of June, I'm the 20th, and then Debbie and Craig are 21st, and then Lee is 29th.
Wow.
Absolutely. We'll have to think about birthday parties soon. The next thing we've got are your tape pens. So these have been incredibly popular. I kept looking at things on Facebook and social media. Everyone's saying, when are the tape pens coming back in? When are the tape pens coming back in? They're here. Calm down, they're here, but put them in your basket, because I think by the way they're flying out, they probably won't be here for very long. So we've got a pack of, so we've got a pack here of 4. Was there supposed to be 4? 3. Three dotty tape pens. So this is £9.98 or $13.90. You're basically buying 2 and getting 1 for free. So definitely opportunity for you to stock up on these, because you do use them. If you're going to be buying any of those intricate dies, you do want to use these. Much easier than using wet glue. And you can use wet glue if you have to, but why would you when you can use a dotty tape pen? So definitely pop those in your basket. Lots of people, I've got a very long comment here. Rosalind says, I've got quite a few stepper card blanks and I never use them anymore. Hopefully that's inspired you, because I quite like that idea of having lots of different aspects to your card.
Do you know what as well? That's when I was planning with prep. I hadn't done a stepper for absolutely ages, and I thought, I don't know why I haven't done and there's lots of different styles of steppers, from your side to your middle, and it can be either side, your left or your right, and I just felt like doing something that little bit different, because you do forget there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different folds out there. So yeah, it was a refreshing trick. A refreshing change to use that stepper. So I hope I've given you that little bit of inspiration there.
Oh, I think you must have. Pam says that this is quite a long one, but this is really quite interesting. Becky, I took my Gemini Go on a cruise. I had a full pull-along bag full of my crafty stuff. At the port, I found the security lady and explained that I had a die-cutting machine, but there were no blades in the machine. This is when security was really full on. She understood and said it was okay. I wanted to take it onto the ship myself so it didn't get thrown about when they put it on the ship. I got to security and put my bag on the conveyor belt. All the bells and whistles went off, as obviously it showed up on the screen. I had to undo my bag and try and explain what a die-cutting machine was. Luckily, the same security woman came over and said it was okay, but everyone was intrigued. You should have asked for a plug socket and done a little demo.
Yeah, and then she should have said, and tuned in to Grafters TV 7 days a week.
Oh, that is genius. I like that. Any more sort of stories like that, do let us know. Lean says, looking forward to the game today. I've not been able to watch the 2 Saturdays. I have to say, Debbie and I are quite competitive. And last night, we should have really watched like a David Attenborough show, because it's all about animals today. But we didn't, did we? No. I was quite tired. I went to bed quite early on.
And work far behind.
So we get started on the first round of the game. Yeah.
Exciting! Right,
so am I Facebook?
Your Facebook
I'm
and
Facebook.
YouTube.
Right. Facebooky. So the game today is all about animals. So I believe we have 2 animals mashed up.
Oh, was this a bit like last week with didn't they do the faces on movie?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see it until they told me about one with Craig. It's hilarious.
Oh, I have to watch back on that.
You've got to go back and watch that show. But yeah, they merged our faces onto movie star faces.
Oh.
I hadn't got a clue who I were, but never mind. But what are these? Actual animals.
They do. Okay. So they're... Right, okay, it's not something that we've created. It's 2 animals that are actually bred together to create this.
Oh, wait a minute, I thought you'd superimpose 2 animals together.
No, it's actually 2 animals that have been bred together to create, and guess what they're called. Oh, we don't have to guess what the animal is called. Okay. All right, fun. You've got to guess. We're going to get the name of the animal, but we've got to guess the 2 animals that one is created from.
Oh, good God.
This is going to be good.
I think it'll be good.
Right, let's get started.
Can you see anything? Oh. Okay. Is this a real animal? Never.
That looks so
Have
cute.
They bred those 2 together? It looks cute, but I'm just kind of worried. Is this true, Charlotte? You haven't... This isn't something that has just been an internet game made up.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
ready to turn round? Yeah.
So I put a zebra and a donkey?
Me too. Zebra and a donkey? Yeah.
Well, I'm liking having the... Now I feel a little bit more
I thought you were going to show us the picture and we're going to have to tell you what it was. That's a definite relief.
A zonkey? I have never heard of a zonkey.
That's how I feel when I'm really tired.
I'm absolutely, exactly.
Absolutely zonky.
Oh my God!
I've got a little bit.
What is that? Is that a real animal?
Can I
think someone's pulling your leg, Charlotte.
Information about this.
Oh, do you know this is true?
So with the first part of it depends on whether the male is a male one animal and a female animal, and they might be the other way round. You see what I mean? So this one, it's Well, should we turn it round so we see what... I've got a lion and a tiger.
Is that what you've got?
Yes, so the lion would be male and the tiger would be female, but you can have a tigon, which is a female, it's a male tiger and a female lion.
So it's true?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so shocked.
He looks huge, doesn't it?
Where have I been living in the world?
Hopefully nowhere where these exist.
I didn't know that these existed.
I don't want to see these down the road.
Right, come on. Do you know what? Everybody's watching and playing and we're all probably having a go, but I want you guys to be interactive with us. Have any of you heard of these? A zonkey and a liger? I mean, I've never heard of them. This can't be right. This is someone's idea of a joke. I swear this is a joke. This doesn't exist. Who is it that you said is it David Attenborough? I'm going to send him an email because I don't believe this. I don't believe this for a minute that this is true.
Oh, look how happy it looks.
It's not 1st of April, is it? Let me just double check that date. It's not 1st of April.
No, it's not 1st of April.
Honest, this can't be right. I've got whale and dolphin.
Me too, whale and dolphin. Yes,
No.
well done everyone that got that right.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not wearing this. I'm not wearing it. I don't believe it. I think you've made it all up.
Yeah, you're getting them
Well,
right.
I know I'm getting them right, but I'm just like, no, a wall pin. I can't. Do you know, I'm going to get in touch with my daughter because she's an animal. What the? A growler bear. Oh, well. Can I come in closer just to have a quick peek? Just so I can have a quick...
It's got a really long face, hasn't it?
Really? I'm not sure on that. I think I've got one, but I'm not sure about the other. Because I think it's the growler bit that's confusing me.
Yeah.
I've no idea. I've only got one. And I've put the polar bear. Do you know the polar bear?
Yeah, I've got grizzly bear and polar bear.
Oh, a grizzly bear, yes! Well done, Becky.
They're both quite aggressive, aren't they?
Are they
Grizzly bears and
real?
polar bears, yeah. I think so.
So a grizzly bear and a polar bear mixed together is a growler bear?
Growler bear.
I swear, this is made. I'm just flabbergasted. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. Anyway, well done, Becky, because I only got half there, so you got the full one.
Right, next one.
Oh, good God. What the heck? Oh, no.
I tell you what, it needs to use some neck cream. Look, got a lot of wrinkles there.
What the heck?
I mean, do these occur naturally, or have they been? I mean, they don't seem to interact, do they, animals?
I'm not really sure with this one. Again, I'm not.
No. I'm just going for a guess on this one.
Well, I've put a buffalo and a bull. I put the same thing.
I put buffalo and a cow.
Well, I was going to put a cow.
Oh, I wouldn't get that.
What's that?
Cattle and American bison.
What's an American bison? I don't know what that is.
I think is a bison not quite a large type of bull?
Well,
I don't know.
Well done, Becky, because it's...
They're quite... No, we didn't get that.
I think
that's
it's
difficult.
I think
that's
it's
hard.
4-3. 4-3.
Beefalo.
4-3. 4-3. 4-3.
Beefalo.
4-3.
That's weird. Oh, my goodness. Right. Beth says, can't wait to see the new paper pads coming out. I love paper, like my mother loved fabric. She's a wonderful sewer and had boxes and boxes of fabric in her sewing room. So do I. And boxes and boxes of paper pads as well. But I've moved those into a different bedroom, so it's all right. Jennifer says, good morning. Today is my 16th wedding anniversary.
Happy
Congratulations. And Beth says, my birthday's in June too, the 16th.
That's my daughter's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, my youngest daughter's birthday. It's her birthday on the 16th. Tasha, she'll be quarter of a century.
Oh. Lynn says about the garden party, which paper would you use with this collection if you've got that collection?
So the plaid, do you know, especially if you wanted a summery kind of feel, the plaid blush, do you know, the pinky peaches, those, that would look lovely. Any of your floral paper pads, wildflower, I'm thinking Floribunda if you've got that one, that might look nice. Because if you're thinking of a tea party theme and you're thinking of your summers, your florals, so if you've got your say it with flowers, if you've got your, I know it sounds daft, but do you know your wisteria? Because it's got all those gorgeous floral themes running through them, so they would look lovely. Plaid absolutely would look gorgeous, especially the blush one. But depending on your colour theme, so it depends on what you want to use in terms of your colour. You could always use your plaid blues because you could take it into more blue tonals, greens and lilacs and soft purples and all those kind of things. So you could make it absolutely fit any paper. And my top tip there would be choose your paper and then choose your colours to match your paper. And always, if you follow that simple rule, you'll never go wrong. You'll be able to tie any stamp should be able to tie into your paper pads, regardless of what they are, because of the colours. And that's something I learnt very early on in crafting from a lovely lady that taught me. That's the way around, because I was doing it the other way around. I was stamping, colouring, and then thinking, oh my God, what paper I'm going to get to fit this? Because every paper I put didn't quite work. And it's because I wasn't thinking about the colours you already have for colours to match. So that's something I've always taken on board since.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that. Sherry says, Zonky, it is a real animal.
No.
Have you seen one?
No.
Hannah says, Lion and Tiger, Joe Exotic had them. Oh, that was a great show, wasn't it? That seems like a decade ago, and I think it was only a couple of years ago that show was on. Ligers are bigger than both the parents. Crumbs, that would be quite frightening, actually, seeing one of those. And Beth says, I hadn't heard of a liger or liger or a wolfin. I've never seen the wolfin. I mean, I would not have got that it was anything other than a different type of dolphin, to be honest. But keep those keep the comments coming in, keep the questions coming in. If you've seen any of those animals, let us know. And if you've got any questions, come back to us as well. So we're going to go for a quick break, have a little cup of tea, chance for you to check out your baskets and see what deals we've got on those special offers for your April showers on the website with 50% off. We'll see you in a couple of moments.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You all had time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV. If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hello, welcome back. I do like watching all those VTs, but I keep looking at all our different hairstyles that we've had in those intervening months. We've all got different hair, as we do. You've all been looking at the website. We can see that lots of people are very keen to buy these deals that we've got on these April showers. If you have a look on the website, you will see that we've got some 50% off deals on there. We've also got our freebie frenzy as well. So we're offering great deals throughout all the different types of items that we have. So we've got things on, great deals on papers, on adhesives, on bags, tools, all sorts of different things. So it's definitely worthwhile you having a look at the website while you can. So it's on the homepage under April Showers. If you click on that, you'll be able to see all of the great deals, and this runs until midnight on Sunday. So you've got things on there like your red liner tape, your guillotine, wow, rocker blocks, craft cards. This is a great opportunity for you to sort of add all into your stash. I mean, or things like the craft card, the matte black card, that's really good. Glue gun. Well, who doesn't need a glue gun? My goodness, there are some absolutely amazing deals in there, including some of that beautiful cardstock. So that is the sort of glitter and the satin and the mirror cardstock. Spectrum Wadi. Wow. My goodness, there are some fantastic deals on here. Do you know what? I've been thinking about getting new pens. I've got the tri-blends, but I feel that I need something else, don't I? I need a full collection of everything, so I can just organise them all. I probably never use them, but I'm just going to be organising them all in there. So there's some great deals on there. What would be the thing that you think would be good to have? What would be your top picks to have out of the cards and the glues and things like that?
That's a tough one. How can I pick one out of all those beauties? I tell you what, there's some amazing things. And we were talking, me and producer Lily was saying just before we came back on air, that storage for your pens is insanely good. Half price. They're usually around the £50 mark. To get that home for half price, I just think is phenomenal because it stores 216 pens.
Wow.
A full collection of your class, it stores them all. And so if you do love going around, or if you want them portable wise, so to take them from your upstairs to your downstairs without dropping them everywhere, having a bag that's got that storage system that keeps them all nice and safe, for me is a real good one. But it's like asking, Becky, that was like asking me to pick my favourite child. And you just can't, because there's so many great deals on there. But I would stress, April Showers, get over there. There's only limited amounts of quantities of those. See what it is, something that you might have been sat on that fence with, or you might have thought, I need, but I'm not quite sure if I can just afford just yet. But today with half price, it might be that opportunity to say, oh, I can because it's half price. Let's go and have a little look. So go over there and have that look and get them in your baskets, check them out and take advantage of that April Showers deal, because I think that's phenomenal.
I completely agree with you. Too many things, too many options for you to choose on there actually, because even if you're just starting out, you'll find all those sorts of things like your guillotine and your rocker blocks perhaps you haven't got because you're you're just starting. But actually, if you are, you know, somebody that we know you because you're always watching us and you're always commenting and you're always crafting, you'll still find all those consumables like, you know, your red liner tape and your craft card, all those things that you're going to be using up, definitely worth the opportunity to grab those while they are half price. Yet again, my credit card's going to get a little bit of hammering in between the shows. Betty says, bison and buffalo are very different. We have bison in the US, but call them buffalo in error. Oh, okay, I might have to look at this up later. And Kirsty says, beefalo sounds like it should be in The Simpsons. It really does, doesn't it? It sounds like something that Homer's created in the nuclear power station. Do keep your comments coming. If you've got any questions for us, do let us know. So the first thing we're going to have a look at now we've come back are these beautiful Baroque border dies. So if you watched the show yesterday, you would have seen these being launched and they were incredible. I think, was it 24 different ways you could use this?
24 at least, because the black and white concepts, and I will go over those at some point, but they gave you 24 ideas. There were some that you could flip around on a 10 fold or a standard fold. Yep. But yeah, 24 ideas from 4 and I say 4 dies, 1 die. Yeah. Because those 24 ideas could be put into one of those designs and then multiplied by another 24, by another 24, yeah, and another 24. So honestly, that is incredible when you think, look at the price. Yeah. And then all the different ways that you can use them.
Absolutely, and they were really, really pretty. I was extremely tempted, aren't I always? I know. Oh, all right, I might have to get these as well. This is your Chambord one, first of all, which does look a little bit like an owl. I have to say, it does look like an owl, or a moustache. This next one is your talons. This one is your, I can never quite get the boards right. Oh, Lily, you're so good. Dijon. And then this one is Leon. So you're going to be getting, there's actually 2 dies in each of these packs, but there's 4 together. £24.99 or $29.99. Platinum price is £19.99 or $23.99. These are absolutely great. And if you, I think you're going to show us the all of the concept cards. Yep. But if you want to watch back yesterday's show, there were so many incredible designs on there. It was definitely worth one to save and re-watch. So Sarah launched those yesterday, but you were the warm-up act.
I was the warm-up act in the morning, and I'm going to show you the black and white concepts first, and I'm going to show you what Sarah made. I would show you mine, but mine won the demo of the day yesterday. Not that I'm bragging, Sarah. I'm not bragging. I'm really not. I can't believe I did it because she made some beauties in that launch. But I am absolutely blown away with my box spinning yesterday because they're just gorgeous. It was gorgeous. Do you want to see the ways that you can use them though, Becky? Because they are, honestly, they're fabulous. And I'm going to start with, let me find my first one. I know you're in here somewhere, you little thing. In fact, you know what? Let's just go straight in. I'll find them as I'm going along. You can see that gorgeous Baroque feature, but because they've been split into 2 dies, it means that you can cut all your fancy border edges. And then the clever design is that the separate die works so that it fits on top of that border, so that it creates this beautiful, and again, it could be either way. You know, you could pop a bit of acetate at the bottom and it could stand that way. It could be one of those fold-up books. Do you know where you have like extra pages that come off and they're staggered? You could have one of those as well. But you can take it into any style of your card making. Our gorgeous Marie made of all these black and white concepts, and I really think it's quite a striking way of showing you, even down to the detail, because of the edge, you can create your edge balls. The beautiful Baroque sits on the top, and then you can take it into your flopper stoppers. And then the corner bit as well, that you can go down diagonal. This is how it would stand alone, either as that straightforward opening or as your tent fold, which looks equally as beautiful. I love this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. I do believe Michelle's got something lined up during launch party, something perhaps very similar to what we've just shown you there. I made on the First Look last Sunday, a pin tower. So these are the pin tower balls. Very easy to make. If you want to see how to make this card, go back to that First Look show last Sunday at 2 p.m. You can, of course, take it into your double Z fold cards, because those double Z, that secondary said there, can be a lovely decorative element. They can go down the sides of your card. They can go onto your reversed easel.
Beautiful.
I mean, that is stunning. I love that one. Absolutely beautiful. Your side steppers, your double gatefold. Absolutely stunning. I said yesterday, and I do mean this, frame your photos. So you could frame a photo. That could be a photo. Or it could be a sentiment in the centre. There are so many different ways that you can use them from your fold backs. Get that the right way back. There you go. A fold-up card. That's what I did yesterday morning. Sarah did something similar here using acetate, which I call the floater card, but it gets some sniggers, so I have to stop saying it. But it is the floater card because it's got the acetate floating the two pieces together. Absolutely gorgeous. Elongate them, pop them down the sides. That would work equally both ways. Again, on your stepper cards, this time on the central stepper. I mean, honestly, this is going on and on and on. So you saw the twisted easel. This one's a straightforward easel, but look how stunning that looks. Pop it onto your dome cards as well, so you could go onto your dome cards.
It keeps going.
Honestly, it's still going, because this is another style of a dome card, which could be your traditional opening way or on the tent fold way as well. So you could pop it on the tent fold. And then, of course, bag making. I mean, wow. I made, I said I crafted along a while ago with some 3D embossing folders. I made a bag, this style. This one's just shrunk to size. And what Marie's done here is she's created this gorgeous bag, but had the top part being the entrance into the bag as the border edge. And then your boxes and your box lid it can go onto, or as I did yesterday, the box base it could go onto. So that was the one, not this particular one, but the one that I yesterday is showing you how to pop it on the base. In fact, Becky's got that in her hand right now.
To see it in colour. It cannot be left on the shelf.
No,
it's too beautiful. It is absolutely stunning. And I thought, no, when I watched you make this, it is just incredible. It looks so beautiful. There's so many things you could do with these dies. And actually, even if you're just looking for inspiration, all of those things that you've just seen now, those different types of ways of using it, is quite inspirational anyway. I'd be inclined to be doing some little snaps on my phone just to show, so I can look at each one of those different card designs using those. But absolutely beautiful. So this is £19.99 if you're a Platinum member, or $23.99. That is incredible. We've got lots of people messaging in.
Oh, have we?
Oh, yeah. Sherry says, it was a beautiful box, Debbie. It absolutely is. I suppose in some ways you sort of think you don't want it to win because you want to take it home. But it is so true. It is absolutely beautiful. Linda says, these are coming in my mail today. You are so lucky. Sherry says, I've just got my Baroque border dies delivered on Thursday and I was hoping to get some time to play with them this weekend. Oh, I hope you do get some time. Yeah, you could be watching us and crafting at the same time. Is that what you do at home, Lily? I sort of flick in and out of watching. If I hear my name, I then start watching, but normally it's something derogatory.
I'm glad I don't watch them because they blame me for everything, Becky. They blame me for absolutely everything. Dirty stamps, Debbie. Dirty mat, Debbie. That's all I ever hear.
Are you sure it's not the other Debbie?
They mean me.
It's always
me, yeah. Although, to be fair, I follow people in with dirty embossing folders, dirty stamping platforms, and lots of other people that I follow that can be equally as messy as me. So we're not going to blame Debbie all the time. We like to pass the book. That's what we like to do.
We do. Although when it's messy with thread, it's always me, and it's always me because I'm really, really messy.
And you're the only person with.
I'm the only person with thread, yeah. I can't blame it on anyone else. I do try, but, you know, no one's having any of it. Linda said she's bought 2 sets of these dies. I'm not surprised. And that is such a good price for so many different options, different ways you can do things. Alison says, I've ordered these. I love edgeable dies. They're such a varied usage. Absolutely, totally agree with you on that. Michelle says, I love all the concept cards and the samples from yesterday. I can't wait to play for them. Play with them. And Andrea says, I ordered these off HSN on Craft Air, can't wait to use them. Eleanor says these Baroque dies would look so pretty in a memory album.
Yes, they would. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you there, Alison. Absolutely. And it's just the fact is that there is so many. This is why I love these dies. And I'm going to apologise now because I do sound like a broken record, but I genuinely mean it. When I first started crafting, I used to buy everything because I just wanted it. Didn't care what it could do. If it only did one thing, I didn't care. If it was pretty, I wanted it. As time's gone on, and obviously space starts shrinking, and you have to start thinking about things. And money, you want to see what you get for your money. You want to be able to make it work for you, and you want to see the ways that you can create. So for me, it hasn't got to be that one-trick pony anymore, apart from if it's really pretty, and then I'm going to have it. However, I want a dies or stamps or something that could do more than one thing. And dies, for me, which is why I am a die-hard crafter. I love the dies. I think I was called Die Hard Debby on Craftaganza, if I can remember rightly. We all had names. We all had these names. Oh. Yeah, Foil Press Craig or whatever it was. I can't remember. And we all had different names, and I think I was the Die Hard Debby or something like that.
I could see you wearing like a white vest and crawling through an event.
Can you see me? But yeah, so because I love dies, that's just me all over. But it has to do more than one thing these days, and these tick that and some. And absolutely stunning examples here. We've got a couple of beautiful different ways that you can use them. I'm going to share and show you some of Sarah's makes as well. This one I absolutely love. It's plain, it's simple, it is stunning and absolutely gorgeous. What Bianca's done is she's used it to create the border edge, but then she's actually put a little embellishment underneath because they work independently on their own. This is another gorgeous one, just diagonally onto the card. Absolutely beautiful. Now the makes that Sarah did yesterday, look at these, Becky. I said she had some stonkers up her sleeve, and these are just incredible. So that's an easel card in colour and added all your extra embellishments. Yeah. This is your double fold double gatefold card used on the edges and combining collections. That's the Colour Your World collection or Colour My World collection. I can never remember which way around it is. Look at that one, the floating card.
It's very romantic, isn't it?
It's very romantic. Choose your colours. Another gorgeous one, which I love this one, because what she's actually done for the easel element is the what I call the flopper stopper, or the bit that stops it from flopping over. Yeah. She's actually created a panel using it. So talk about, I mean, how much would you pay in a store for a card of that quality? Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. And like I said, these are just some of the examples of what Sarah did yesterday. You can go back and watch that launch show. She did eight demos. 8, yes, producer Lily, you heard me right, 8. She set herself a challenge. She gave herself a shiny star. She didn't go for any old star. She went for a shiny one and popped it on the board. But she deservedly deserved that. Is that such a word? Yeah. Deservedly deserved that because she cracked out 8 demos.
Incredible.
Incredible. And again, what beauties. Go and have a look. Go and watch that show. You'll be blown away just as much as we were blown away. Now, I'm going to do a quick demo, but Debbie's got to remember where she got these from. So could you just give me a second, Becky, while I go and put them back?
Of course. Denise says, good morning, friends. I picked these up yesterday. Andrea says, I'm going to use them to make my Mother's Day cards for my great-grandmas. Sue Trooper says, I ordered mine yesterday. I can't wait to get them. I watched Debbie and Sarah's shows and the cards were absolutely stunning. I totally agree. They are absolutely beautiful, and they are... they're quite inspiring looking at these. Or for something so small, these dies are, you know, they're quite sort of narrow, but they make such beautiful different kinds of cards. And I think all of those, using them in the black is really nice, but the white on the craft card, like you had on one of those samples, was really, really lovely. And I think, you know, we don't use craft card enough. But obviously, if you go and have a look at the April showers, craft card 50% off today. So maybe
you're kidding?
No, 50% off, and the black card as well.
How did I miss the craft card and black card?
Yeah. But I might have to stop the show early just so we can go and shop the show.
Yes, let's go shop that show ourselves. Yes, absolutely.
So you're going to do a demo with these?
If I may. Yeah, if I may. So I'm going to show you a different way to use them. So one of the cards had like a zigzag element. Yeah. We're going to create that.
Oh, nice.
So I've taken some multi-purpose cardstock. Yep. It actually measures, so this is from a A3 piece of cardstock because it's slightly bigger than, I mean, you could do this in A4. You just need to work your panels out, add ½ inch tab, stack them together, and you can still create this. Right, okay. And that's the same with anything. Although we work, predominantly we do work with A4, but we do have A3 options options of cardstock. In terms of the multipurpose, not sure if it's in stock. We'll get producer Lily to check that out. But A3 multipurpose cardstock is my go-to card.
Really?
Because of the bigger capabilities and the snipping down into. And then there's the pastels as well. So you've got the pastels in the Centura Pearl, you've got the ivory, the off-white, there's a hint of silver. Oh, there's all different types of options of A3. And according to producer Lily, we have got A3 multipurpose cardstock.
Excellent. Yay.
Yay. We haven't got what? You're kidding me. I have never heard that way round. We've not got A4, but we've got A3.
Oh.
Well, do you know what that means? A3, double the quantity of the A4 because it's A4 twice. That's what it is. So yeah, perfect. So this measures at 14 inch, let me just get that right, 14 and a quarter inches by 7. And I've scored it at 4 3/4 and then 9.5 to create like the trifold. Now you can do the trifolds if you wanted to do your trifolds. You can do trifolds on your Ultimate Pro. However, these dies measure at 5 inches and a trifold normally isn't the 5-inch mark. So that's why you just work into the equation. And because it's just got that fraction smaller than the 5, it means that you'll get that lovely seamless cut when you're doing your zigzag. Now I'm going to keep this one straight. The one that I want it to come down then is on here, but I'm not going to start on this. I'm going to do the reverse. Just going to go on this side.
Okay.
So, and you just literally, and you can, if you want to be a bit more precise, you can take your scoreboard, you can pop a little notch in, you can take a pencil and a ruler, you can pop a little notch in. I ain't got time for that. And I think I heard producer Lily say the same thing. I want to get to the fun bit. I don't want to be doing all the measuring. And there's ways around it that you can do that. So I'm just going to line it, and as I always do, a good old Yorkshire saying, and since Lily's a Yorkshire girl as well, by eye. That's how I do everything, by eye. By eye. Sue Smith. The old craft, and I said, oh God, I'm saying old crafter. I hope Sue's not watching. Since Debbie's going into older years, I don't know how I dare. Older lady. She's from Barnsley. I'm pretty sure she was from Barnsley. I used to watch her on the, was it Create and Craft? And I used to watch it, because I actually bought her, do you know, she used to do the lapdog trays. They weren't lapdog, I think they were called lapdog or something along those lines. But a crafting one, do you know, like normally you get like for meals to, and they've got like padded sponge balls in, and they've got a tray. This was developed for crafters. And I always remember Sue, and then I remember listening to her on telly thinking, isn't it lovely to hear a Yorkshire accent and proper broad Yorkshire? I used to love it. So I don't know what Sue's doing these days. I wonder, does anybody know? We need to know.
Is she watching?
Is she watching? She could still be crafting, avidly crafting. I used to love watching her just because she'd got that lovely, do you know, that familiar voice, that familiar accent. And it always used to like, comfort me, especially when I was watching craft. Now, you can see what this has done currently. I don't know how I do it, but I get bits absolutely everywhere. Honestly, and then it ends up going into the card, and I'm like, thank goodness for me that we've got pattern paper that I can cover it up with. But we're going to cut away that in a second. What I am going to do, though, is bring this fold back over. Now, I want this, so this is where you can... Oh, do you know, I didn't wipe my ink up. I get worse with age.
Debbie.
This is ink. Look at that!
You're going to cover that up?
I know, and I can't... It'll cover it up, don't worry. And to be fair...
And if it doesn't, put a butterfly on it.
To be fair, I've got a blue peat style one that I bought.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, you know, you do a little bit of that, don't you? Now, I can make life a little bit easier, so I'm just going to snip away at that edge just for the time being. So we're going to take away down to the edge, like so, and I'm just going to remove that cardstock. I'll come back and neaten it up in a second, but just to give you the idea, and also help you a little bit, do you know, when you're wanting to position it? Because what you don't want to do when you're doing this is go down that way, because you want it to connect. And when you're connecting it, if I just show you what I mean, that's going to be full, that's going to go down, and so this one needs to come down as well, so it's coming this way. And so you're creating the zigzag effect. So I'm going to come up, I'm just going to turn it over, that's about right. Let's just make sure I've got that right. There we go. And we'll stick that down as well. So hold it down, and down again. Now, you could be a bit more precise. You could put yourself little, lines in there. But again, why do we bother? In fact, look, there you go. When you open it up, you can see that even by eye, I've done all right. There we go. So we're going to come in. Actually, just make sure there's no ink on there, because that sometimes can happen. Do you know when you transfer ink onto your plates? Has it ever happened to you before, where you transfer ink from a stamp or whatever it is, or your fingers, and you've popped it onto your plate without realising, you run your cardstock through, and then it comes out and you're thinking, where did that ink come from? I have been inking, but fingers, as you've seen.
Well, sometimes I get a little bit of flour that I've cut out, and I can't find it anywhere. And then I run something else through the Gemini, and then I realise the flour's got caught underneath, so I've got like an embossing of a flower in there. Lynn Harvey says, I remember by eye, Sue.
Oh, it's not just us then.
No, it's not just you. Actually, Lynn Morton says, what GSM should I be buying for bases, and what GSM for mats and layers, please?
So for any kind of card base, 250 upwards, I personally think. And what was the other one?
And what GSM for mats and layers?
That can be a personal choice, because the heavier the mats and layers are, the more rigid, solid, sturdy your card will be. But I'll be totally honest, normally when I do a mat and layer, if it's a Centura Pearl, actually you're talking 310, but my patterned paper would always be anything from like 150 upwards. Our pattern paper is 180 GSM. So for me, it's that marker, and it creates a nice solid. It's not a flippy floppy card. Do you know what I mean? When you go into those shops. And you wobble the cards, and they're like, they feel like tissue paper.
Is that what you do? You go into the shops, you wobble their cards?
I have a look. I always have a little nosy. Go and have a little nosy and see what's out there. You have to have a little nosy, don't you, to see what's out there. But yeah, that's what I do. Go and have a little look.
Would it be a problem if you used Matinee and you use sort of a heavier cardstock rather than the base? Can you then find that it doesn't work with, you want to have the heavier on the base of your card, rather than if you put too much weight on the mats and layers? Can that make the card wobble a little bit, or just still makes it sturdier? I suppose it depends on what pattern, what shape you're doing.
Yeah. So you mean in like a pattern?
Yeah, if you were doing something like that, if you were using something like a 300 GSM card for your mats and layers.
You could always go lower and then build up your rigidness with heavier cardstock for your mats and layers. Do it the other way around. But my preference is this: I take a heavyweight cardstock to start with, do the scoring, do the girl cutting, whatever it is that you want to do with it, and then layer up. I don't go too mad with too many heavy layers, because it can get too big and bulky, especially if you're posting. Now, that's the shape that it's created. So we've gone from the staggered, it's almost like in fact, there is a proper name for this, isn't there? Zigzag, thank you very much, producer Lily. It's a good job she's in my ear there. But yeah, the zigzag effect. Now, I'm not going to use that base because it's mucky. Not that I'm a perfectionist, but I am. I'm going to come in with some gold cardstock, because that was the edge part of the die that we used to create the border. What we're now going to do is we're going to create the decorative elements, and these dies work on their own as well as beautifully with your border edge. So you're getting two for the price of one there, and I love these. They are so pretty. I'm thinking embellishing, do you know, with your flowers, snip into them.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Do you know, honestly, they look beautifully when they... Debbie, come on. I'll get it the right way around. That's because I'm talking. It's because I do this at home.
Debbie, you're always talking.
They're beautiful embellishments on their own. So separated from that edge border, these are absolutely exquisite. And just multi-cut them, get loads.
Well, like you said, it's lovely to have something you can use in lots of different ways rather than just one particular thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me, and that's why I absolutely adore these. We've all fallen in love with them, every single one of us. They're just beautiful, and again, they're delicate. So do you know you'd write glue for this one? Got to be a dotty tape pen. Got to be a dotty tape pen. We talk about this with our filigree designs, and this is probably up there with the most filigree that we do. And I say filigree, fancy, delicate. And I say delicate, I don't mean delicate where it's going to snap in your hand or anything like that, but I mean delicate as in it's got lots of intricate detail, but a beautiful, beautiful design. Look at that, it's just stunning. And look at it on that mirror card. Absolutely stunning. Did I hear someone say mirror card is on The luxury card?
Yeah, we've got half price on some of those luxury card packs. The gold is on offer.
Oh, perfect.
$6.99.
Wow, 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 wow.
And then the other colours are 50% off. So that's the ones with the glitter card, your mirror card, and your satin finish.
That
Do you call it satin finish mirror card?
I call it satin.
Yeah.
People call it, yeah, producer Lily calls it satin mirror.
Yeah.
This is your high, I call it high shine. So you're trying to differentiate between the two.
Yeah.
High shine mirror, not to be confused with Miri, because Miri is an hunky-dory trademark brand. Mirror card is your reflective high shine coated cardstock with your beautiful, it's like foiled metallic. It's just stunning, it really is. But the satin is the opposite, so it's the, I said duller, but it's
like
not.
brushed,
it's got this,
isn't it?
oh, it's just exquisite. We were talking about this yesterday, saying that we need full satin packs. We need like a 12 by 12 satin pack. That's what we want. We're hoping, and we're hoping because we were telling everybody, let Leanne know the next time she's in, let her know because she's the lady to ask. Right, now I've got all my mats and layers cut to size. I have used the mirror card. You can of course spare your mirror card by doing your simple procedure of gutting with your paper trimmers or your craft knife and your rulers. But just for this occasion, I am not going to do that. I'm going to give it some nice rigidity and use it as a whole. You don't always have to cut it out, but I would always think about your cardstock and, you know, to make the most of it. And if you do love saving, then it's definitely going to be the one that you use because you could pop a little sentiment onto that centre middle piece and things like that. Now, I have used, do you remember the floral fantasy pad? Do you know the satin ones that we did?
I don't remember those.
Oh, these, now then.
Well, they were a while ago.
Birthday? Were it birthday? Oh, do you know, I can't remember when it was. Yeah, producer Lily's thinking it's about 2-3 years old, and I'm probably going to have to agree with her because it was a 12 by 12 pad. I could have sworn we brought it out with birthday, you know. Or maybe not, might have been before.
It's got a lovely sheen to it.
It's just stunning. Now, another thing that I want you to promise me, if you're watching and you watch when Leanne's in, I want you to promise that you're sending the questions. We need more satin printed papers because they are exquisite. They're absolutely beautiful. We used to bring, I remember when I was in store, A3.
Ooh.
Oh my days, Becky, A3. We had it with the, we did a Downton Abbey collection, you know, Becky.
Oh, really?
We did, yeah. And we had A3 cardstock in that got this lovely shine. Actually, do you know what? I'm saying you lot, you know, contact, you know, Leanne next time she's in or just message in with Leanne. Do you know what I think we should all do? Put it forward in our next brainstorming ideas.
It's remembering what you've thought of by the time that comes round.
Yes.
Well, we almost need like a little box of Leanne's, tips for Leanne that we just, at the end of the show, you just write it down and just post it in. So
Becky,
it's done.
what a cracking idea.
Or perhaps we could just use our phones and send her a message.
Well, really, that's what we should do.
Her phone would be blowing up, wouldn't it? Because every show there'd be like 50 messages. We think we should do this and this and this and this. But maybe...
Do you know what I always say? I'm going to write it in my notes section on my phone. I'm going to pop it into my notes section. And I'm going to, when it comes to that time, because we do it about 2 or 3 times a year, and I'm going to send it forward. I'm going to put my ideas forward. Do I ever remember to get to that stage and put it in my notes? No. And then she comes round asking for ideas and I'm thinking, oh my God, I can't remember. I had a great idea, but I just can't remember because my brain is absolutely rubbish. Seriously, that's what we need to do. Becky, that's a great idea. I'm going to get Jake to construct one or John to construct one and we can put it in here. And then every time it comes to those meetings, we can empty it, put it forward.
Good idea.
Now, I've popped my mat layer at the back. What we're now going to do is we're going to fold it in. Now, you'd think to pop it there. However, we're not. We're going to pop it there because that's going to be the central part of there. So we're going to come in now and we're going to pop in our pieces. So we're going to pop our mats and layers on. And then we're going to come in next. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in the beautiful filigree design as well. So I'm just popping this on now, and I'm going to then bring in all my die cut pieces and pop. Let's get that on. These are now going to sit into that design and make sure that you've got it the right way around and then just drop those on there. So because I've used a wet glue, I can get that into place. So I'm just going to open that up. I'm going to bring in my dotty tape pen I'm going to pop my glue just onto, and again, the lighter the touch, the better with our glue pens. You don't need to be heavy-handed with them. You just need it to be a light touch. If you go heavy-handed, the danger there is that you're going to break the adhesive inside your tape, and that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to be doing that. So again, placing that over the top. Let me just get my little, there we go, pop that down. How exquisite does that look? And then I'm going to do the same with this side as well. Let's go in again with our tape. There we are. And then, do you know what you could do? You could cut them out again and stick it on the other side. You could double do it. Is that the right word? Double do? Double do?
I think it should be the way to say it. Double do.
Yes, now we're going to say it that way. I should have my own dictionary. I should have a Debby dictionary with a thing. But yeah, do you know what? Definitely, look, if you pop that one on there, what did I do with the other one? I could have sworn I cut another one up, but hey-ho. Bet, oh my God, talk about luxury. Oh, wouldn't that look glorious as well? So, yeah, so that definitely worth doing that. However, right now, all I am going to do is I am going to add a little sentiment. Let's pop that onto there, onto my little gold piece. I'm then going to lift that off with a foam pad or two. And guess what I'm going to add to it, Becky?
Will it be a butterfly?
It could be a little flutterby butterfly. It could absolutely be that. So, well, why not? Although I did have more than two cut out, and as always, I tend to lose things. They fly, they get wings and fly. That's what they do. But I'll show you. I'll just pop a couple on there, and then I'll show you the finished one, because there's also a beautiful ribbon. And guess what, Debbie? Oh, they're over there, Debbie. What are you like? Just hang on a minute, Becky.
I can never make my bows as beautifully as everyone else can do them.
Well,
I don't know what I do.
So Craig does the finger technique.
Yeah.
Where he does it on his finger. The bunny, there's the bunny technique. What you do with your bunny ears. They can do it. I can't do that. I cheat. I have a bow maker. And if you've got an Ultimate Pro, you've got a bow maker on your board, so there's no excuse whatsoever. But yes, there's... And Jan's very good at tying bows as well with your hand. And the trick is just when you tie it together, is just pull and then pull down and pull down until you're happy with where you've got that. But Becky, if you feel like you're not very good at bows, do what I do, cheat, get a bow maker. There you go. So that's again, stunning. Just adding those butterflies on at the, oh, do you know what? That's why. It was stuck in my original card, so that's why I thought it had flown away. It had flown onto other card to join the other card, and I'm like, oh, you little devil. There you go. But honestly, aren't they just the most beautiful, beautiful designs? Gorgeous. They really are. Ultra gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. I really, all those colours on there are stunning, but amazing how that dye really makes it look, from something really beautiful, something super, super elegant. It's absolutely stunning. So these are your Baroque border dies. There are 4 in the collection. This first one is a Chambord, which is raspberry liqueur. Talents, don't know what comes from there, let us know. Next one is Dijon, all about the mustard. And then we have a Leon here, all very, very pretty. £19.99 if you're a Platinum member, or $23.99. They are absolutely gorgeous. Well, I think it's time for the next round of the games in a minute. While Debbie's getting her board together, Eleanor says, I love the mirror card. And Lillian Kwok, this is a little handy hint for all of you. The new heat tool is half price on the website.
You're kidding me.
No.
So
take full advantage of that. Julie says, I have the Downton Abbey collection somewhere in my stash. I would have liked to have seen that, actually. Sarah Brown said, that's a really stunning card, Debbie. And Thea says, gorgeous card, Debbie. Can't wait to get the dies. No, I think, I'm definitely going for them. Sorry. I'll get into trouble when I get home. But then I just say, oh, I bought them for my mum. That's normally what I say.
Is that your excuse?
Mum, if you're watching, shh, don't tell anybody else. Because I think they're all over there for lunch. We'll keep that quiet. Little secret between us. Right, we're going to get going on the next round. So what are the scores so far? 4-3 to me.
Yep.
That won't last long. So if you missed the first part of the games, we are looking at animals, real animals, but we need to work out what they are created from. So there are two animals that made up this baby animal. Perhaps it's not a baby anymore, and we need to work out what they are. So let's go for the first one. Oh, that looks like a very angry cat. Is that not just her name?
That's Photoshop. Surely that's photo. So obviously we can see there's a cat in there. What the heck? A savannah. Can I just have a little closer look?
It looks like an angry cat from down my road.
I love his
Those
ears.
going back.
What on earth? I just don't know that one. I know one of them, but not the other one. I just think, have these really been bred?
God, I don't know.
What would you breed a cat with? Oh God. I'm not sure. I'm just
guessing.
Me too. I ain't got a clue.
I don't quite know how this would have been created if with these two animals, but I've gone for a cheetah with a domestic cat.
I've just got awful visions in my head. Just a terrible picture. I've gone with a pussy cat.
Yeah.
And a Siamese cat.
Okay.
Because I haven't got a clue. I've no idea. What's this? What's this?
I don't know what that is. We must have both got half a point because we've both got domestic cat. No half points. Oh,
no
she is a slave
points.
driver,
God, they're so tight, aren't they, today?
Oh my
Talk
goodness.
about tight.
That was difficult. Did anyone get that right?
What? Can somebody just tell me what a serval is? Because I think I'm a little bit uneducated when it comes to animals because I don't know what a serval is. I've absolutely no idea. And producer Lily's saying the same thing.
No, I don't know.
Not a clue.
Not heard that.
A Scooby-Doo.
Wild cat native to Africa.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
Right, next one. Oh, I thought that was just what it is.
I thought a mule was a mule.
Well, I thought a mule wasn't, just a...
I'm not sure, so I'm guessing again.
Yeah, I'm guessing too. All my pen's running out.
Well, I thought a mule was a mule, and I thought that's why because I've always been told it's a mule, so I thought that was a name.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that's what they were. What have you gone with? I've gone with a horse and a donkey.
Me too. Right, yay, we're right.
Oh my God! So what's that? 5-4.
Yeah.
Oh
5-4.
God.
Right, next one.
Come on then.
Oh.
So obviously
well, that could
one.
Be,
I don't know if I've spelt that right, but I'll have a go. That's okay then.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camel and a llama?
Yeah. Oh, I spelled llama wrong. You spelled it right. Camel and a llama. Yeah.
Becky, get me and you, girl, get me and you. We're doing all right now, so that's 6-5.
We need to go on one of those wildlife shows. Yeah. Perhaps not. I would be quite frightened if I saw a lot of these animals.
Oh, honestly, I've got no words for these because I don't even want to imagine that together.
No.
I've got a picture again. These mental pictures, I hope you realise, Charlotte, you are hurting my poor eyes because I have got mental pictures of all these animals now, and it's like, this can't be right. This is not right. This is made up.
I'm assuming that that people have got involved in the creation of these animals because
they've got to have.
A camel's quite a large animal, isn't it?
Well,
and a llama's not.
With a llama, a bit more dainty. No, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, let's not think about that.
Oh, dear Lord, what on earth? I've seen what's coming up. What is that? That looks some
That
at
looks
Ills with Eyes. Do you know that
terrifying.
horror film? The Ills with Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know, that looks like a horror.
That looks horrible, doesn't it?
That is awful.
I'm really sorry I'm saying you look horrible, but don't hurt me.
No, I know.
But yeah, that's not...
What has antlers like that? What has those bolts? I don't like this game. I want to play a nice game. I want a nice fluffy game. I don't want all these images. How do you say that word? Zedo? Oh. I've no idea. I don't know what the second one is.
No, I don't know. I'm guessing on this.
Oh God, no! I can't put that.
It looks like it doesn't have any friends. I have to be honest with you.
I'm not even going to guess. I'm not even guessing. I don't want to guess.
People are getting it. You're much better at this at home than we are.
You want me to guess?
Yeah, I've guessed.
Oh. I'm
You're
not.
just giggling to
You
yourself.
can have this one, Becky. No, I'm not. Go on. I haven't got anything.
Come on.
No, because I don't know.
And I don't know. I don't know.
Something else?
I've guessed bison and donkey.
Oh, a bison and a donkey.
I don't know. I don't know how any of these things work.
My eyes are watering.
It's a yak. Yak and domestic
What the
cattle.
hell?
Oh, of course
Wait
it's
a minute. How, did you say people are getting this?
Are people getting this because they are having a little look at their little encyclopedia of animals?
7-5, Becky. I think Facebook's definitely won today because I can't catch up. There's only one more to go. Go on then. Oh, well, isn't that obvious? I mean,
let's hope we get that right.
I've just split it down. Wolf and dog.
Yeah, me too. Hey, that's not a very inventive name, is it? Obviously, the person who's choosing names was on holiday, and they just got, you know, someone who was, I don't know, not thinking about it. Why have they not gone to more effort for that? I feel sorry for that wolf dog.
8-6, I think that way, Becky, you've won.
Woohoo!
I think it were 8-6, weren't it? 7-6?
I think it was.
Never. Well, either way, Becky, I think you did really well, my lovely.
That was very hard.
You face tubers? I'm letting everybody win.
Face tubers.
Facebook.
Yeah, well done. Well done, anyone that got... Did anyone get 10 out of 10? That was quite impressive. If you managed to get 10 out of 10 without resorting to a little bit of a sneaky check online, I am massively impressed. That is really good. Lots of people saying... Nikki says, I've never heard of a serval. And Rosalind said, you know, learn something new every day. Lena says, Becky, you spell llama the Danish way. I obviously did that deliberately. It's not just my really bad spelling. It's quite embarrassing that I spelled llama wrong. But really good. I always think the game's Saturday. I always think Saturday's my favourite day to come in because I like the game. I like it. It's good fun. But they're really, really good. Well done, everybody. So was that the last round of the game? Yeah. So if you are from Facebook, we're going to select 5 people out of all of you. You could be getting a voucher. So I'll let you know who they all are in just a moment once we've got those names for you. The next thing we're going to have a look at is the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas collection. So this is, again, one of our fantastic collections. This has got so many different bits and pieces in it. So if I show you the boards, I know it's Christmas, and I know that, you know, it's not Christmas. I know it's not Christmas. But as we all know, it comes around really quickly. If you were a little bit like me, you made your Christmas cards last year, and you missed the last date to post them, so they are waiting to go next year. So I'm just hoping that nobody has any children or splits up in between, because you've got the Christmas cards I wrote last year. There's nothing to stop you from getting ahead of the game, and we all like to get ahead of the game as soon as we can. This first part is your build a sleigh, so you've got your stamp and die collection there. Really beautiful imagery on this. It's very sort of traditional Christmas, isn't it? Then you've got a cut and emboss folder. This is your traditional window. This is beautiful. I mean, I've used this a lot throughout the whole of the year. These are your festive foliage. Being able to build those up and making poinsettias, but obviously using them in different ways to create all of your different foliage throughout the year as well. Then we have your decorative frame. upside down, Becky. Is it upside down? No, it's not upside down. They're very pretty with all that sort of filigree around the outside, as well as those little dies for the centre part. Then you have your builder stocking stamp and die set there, absolutely beautiful. We've then got this stamp set, which is your stockings by the fire. That is lovely. You'd have a great time colouring that in, wouldn't you? Absolutely fabulous time. St Nicholas here, and that image here with the sleigh going across the scene is just beautiful. This one just is the night before Christmas. It's like, you know, Christmas Carol. I always think these kind of things are great for making boxes to put, not necessarily first editions of a Dickens tale, but, you know, a nice book for someone for Christmas. I think that would work really well on that. And then finally, we've got a selection of little berries and cones on here. £36.77 or $44.64 if you're a platinum member. This is a great deal. Again, we just keep giving them to you. 65% saving, did we say? Yeah, 60%. Really, really worth getting for you today. So you've got a few, you're going to do a demo on that particular one on the night before Christmas?
Yep, absolutely. And do you know what? The thing about this is Christmas comes round every year, and traditional Christmas, which is what people love. And I think that's why 'Twas the Night Before Christmas was one of our most successful Christmas launches we ever did. And the Sarah Seelage collection that's just full of traditional Christmas images and the feel of it. And I just love this collection. One of my favourite stamp collections in there, of course, is the fabulous traditional, the one and only Father Christmas. That is the most amazing. It's just absolutely fabulous. I mean, when I say it looks like him, and I'm not going to go through the stamping process because you've just seen me stamp earlier on, but real traditional Christmas feel to this Father Christmas. And then, of course, lovely Rudolph there. With his little red nose, and we'll pop a little bit of a red nose on there as well for him. Absolutely gorgeous. I am going to use as well some of the... now, I love this because the festive foliage, we have separated, we haven't put in a wreath, so it means you can add them as little embellishments, you can create your own wreath with them, you can absolutely go to town on this one. And then, of course, you've got your lovely embellishment kit where you've got your fabulous cones in there as well that have already been dusted with the snow. So all of that is available. Is that available still? In there, yeah, I thought it was, yeah. So yeah, absolutely incredible. And then you can be using those to decorate that with as well. But imagine making your own wreath with those and then using those dotted around your wreath. That would look really, really beautiful. So we'll use that in a second, but we'll do a spot of colouring. I love a bit of colouring on a Saturday. Shall we have a spot of colouring? Let's bring in my scrap piece of paper again, Becky. Let me bring that underneath. I've stamped this onto Nina cardstock. We had Nina cardstock on yesterday. Go and check the web out. Go and have a little look at the web. But I'm going to use some of our tri-blend pens, and I'm going with the dark red shade. Dark red blend. There is the dark red shades, though, as out there as well in the tri-blend, so you can go and have a little look where that one is too. But we'll just do a little, let's do a colour or two. Let's go in with these trouser legs first. So I'm going to come in and lay down the lightest of colours. Now, this has been stamped in a brown. Do you know the rustic brown?
Oh, yeah.
Bit softer than black, which is nice, but it gives you that lovely, in keeping with the collection, a vintage look by stamping it into the brown, which sometimes can give you that lovely softness that you want and that lovely aged look. I'm going to come in with the dark. Careful not to go over your lines, Debbie. I've got a bit of a dodgy eye today, Becky. My eyes, it won't stop running. I don't know what's going off with it today.
I wonder if this is hay fever, you know?
Yeah, it's really annoying. It's annoying because it's just forever. It feels like it's constantly running, and it's like, I don't know what's causing it. I'm going in with the medium, so I'm going to go over those edges. And I love these stamps because there's not a lot to them in terms of your colouring. So do you know, if you're not confident just yet, these stamps will elevate you, I promise you. So we're going to come in again. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to move on to his middle bit of his coat. Mid-drift. I think that's what I've got. So I've got my big dress on today. I'm just feeling that way out. We have those days, don't we, Becky?
We do, absolutely.
I was going to put a belt on, but then I changed my mind, thinking, no, I'm just not feeling it today. So I'm going to pop that dark just where I think the shading would be. You could use your stamp line work as well as a little bit of an indication to help you. But of course, we know underneath his belt, it would be a little bit dark, and then just pop that in. I'm going to come in with that mid-tone again. I'm going to come over where I've been colouring. I'm filling in. I've preserved a little bit of the highlight as well, so I've not gone in totally white. Of course, you can cheat with your preserved highlight. Could you use one of your acrylic markers or your white gel pens to put your preserved highlight in? And then I'm going to come in and drop in again the light, and you can start to build up your image. Now, keep an eye on the time for me, Becky, because and prompt me if I stopped talking, because like with anything when it comes to colouring, oops, I've got to cross this middle bit. You get lost in colouring.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
It's very therapeutic.
It is.
I made far more Christmas cards last year than I actually needed, because I just got a little bit over exuberant when it came to colouring. I was using the punny animal stamps. You know, it had like it's pig winning to look
they
like
were
Christmas.
so
I thought they were so
cute.
cute. Really like those. But yeah, I just found it really therapeutic.
Absolutely, and that's the thing with colouring. It is very therapeutic. It's one of those mediums that you can get a little bit lost in, and you want to forget all your troubles and things like that. Then get your colouring pens out, because before you know it,
yeah,
your hours have gone by. Loads and loads of hours have gone by because you just get lost in that world of colour.
Do you remember, if you are keen to start your colouring journey, have a look on the website. There are lots of great deals. We had under the Phoebe,
yeah, again, you and Phoebe.
Freebie frenzy. We had some colour blend pencils. They were buy one, get one half price. We've got buy one, get one free rather. And we've got some other Spectrum Noir deals on under the April showers, and also your freebie frenzy. I'm gonna have to write that on a big post-it note above the screen. It's not Phoebe. There is no Phoebe here. Just freebies.
Were you watching Friends earlier?
I was watching Friends earlier. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure I'll say it again.
I do love watching Friends, I'm not going to lie. Friends is one of those as well that you can... I don't know about you, Becky, but when I craft, I tend not to try and watch something that is new, because you've got to concentrate. I tend to watch things that I've seen, like Friends. I put Friends on in the background because I can laugh at the right places, but I know I don't have to look up because I know. It's the familiarity. And it's the same with Only Fools and Horses and things like that. I know it's a Vicar of Debby, all those kind of things. And I do love comedy, I'm not going to lie, when I'm watching. I try not to binge watch things that need my concentration, because I will float away off what I'm doing into the world of the TV screen. So that's why I try to watch something that I am familiar with, to stop myself from wandering, so to speak.
Totally with you on that. It's exactly what I would do.
I'm going to do a little bit of the grey area, and I am using the light grey. I did say I think we're going to have to replace this because, well, we all know our Craig, it's his favourite, but it's on its way out, so I'll just do a little bit just on there. Now, rather than keeping it all white, I'm just going to go around the lined area and just over some of that, you know, that stamped area. It gives it a little bit of a definition, and it gives it a little bit of a pop as well. But yeah, we need to get... And the unfortunate thing, and I say unfortunate, there's nothing unfortunate about it, but you can't refill these. So that's why I always say, when tri-blends and things like that pop up on great prices, get hold of them again, because at some point these will run out. They're a smaller barrel than the Classiques and the Illustrators. Although saying that, Classiques are your permanent refillable ones, the permanent pens. Illustrators, I tend not to, but you can. There is a way around it that you can do it, but we tend not to ask you to mess around with the nib when you're taking out the end. Chisel nib on the Classic is what you take out and then drop in your re-inkers, which is why I love my Classics, which is why I've got a full set of Classics. But these are not refillable. There is nothing you can do once they've run out, they've run out. So I'm going to have to switch, I think, to the medium one, because we all know Craig loves ice grey 1 or 2. And I think
we
it's
all
a 2.
do, don't we?
Well, yeah, I'll be honest, I do. It's such a useful colour to have. It really is. So again, just going over those areas and have a little play. I'll do it with his belt as well, but I'll come in with a darker shade in this one. We'll preserve that little bit of highlight in the centre. I'm going to have to try and fudge this now because I put red over the top. because I was too busy talking. I was talking away, Becky, and I shouldn't have been talking. I should have been concentrating.
Can I ask you a question that's not related to what you're doing?
Oh, of course you can.
So Suzanne Dawn says, I did an alcohol ink background yesterday for the first time, and I'm wanting to stamp on it. Which ink pad should I use, please?
Alcohol ink colouring, do you mean? So can you
alcohol
repeat
ink
that?
background, yeah. She's done an alcohol ink background on the background. She wants to stamp over the top of it now.
A liquid ink background?
Alcohol.
Alcohol background?
Yeah.
And she wants a stamp over the top, so it will still be your alcohol-proof one. Am I right in thinking that? Yeah. Because if you were talking about a liquid ink,
yeah,
it depends on the cardstock that you use, because you want a permanent one, and the permanent one is the waterproof one. Right. So it depends what you're colouring in with it. So if it's an alcohol background, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Alcohol background.
But if it's an alcohol background that's dried, does it matter?
Dried, stamp over the top with. It depends. Are you colouring in the stamped image? That's what I'm trying to get my head around.
Suzanne, let us know. You're going to colour in the image, or is it just like a sentiment you want to stamp over the top, and we'll
Then that would be a permanent ink, which would be the waterproof one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, if you haven't got ours, it's like it stays on. Do you know the other brand I can think of? If you haven't got our brand, then that would be that's how you look at it. If you want to, let us know, because I'm slightly confused just the way that was worded. But if you just let us know, I shall do my very best to answer you that one. Right. Colour them in. With these, though, these don't have the the dies to go over the top. Right. So you fussy cut. Okay. Get your little snippy scissors and fussy cut around the edge.
Beautiful.
And look, he looks so super cute when he's done, doesn't he? And then my little Rudolph, done in brown.
Lovely.
With a little red nose there. Again, take your little scissors and cut around there as well. Wait a minute. Yes, it's just that. Oh, is the die? Oh, there's a die for him. There isn't a die for him. Oh. That's it. That's right. So you could. I'm thinking, Debbie, your scissor work is really good on that one. But it's not. It's the die that's done the Rudolph.
I just say you cut it out yourself anyway.
I should have said that. Shouldn't I? Nobody would know. They'd be thinking, look at her skills there with scissors. She's going in for the Sarah Scissorhand Award. I don't think Debbie Scissorhand quite works though, producer Lily. I don't think it's got quite the right ringtone round it. Definitely Die Hard Debbie works though. I want a nickname now. I haven't got one. You want a nickname? No, I haven't got a nickname. Beautiful Becky. Beautiful Becky. You're definitely beautiful, Becky. Now, cut all your little foliage pieces out with your dies. Choose your colour. I've chosen a green textured cardstock with this one. But yeah, just to get all your bits and pieces together. If you've got things like your patterned papers, again, obviously we've got, because we have still, and I still have a few bits of the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and I don't think we've got the pad anymore, if I remember rightly. Or should we get our producer Lily? Oh, do you know why? This isn't me 'Twas the Night. Which, do you know what? I'm always looking at him and thinking, which one is this, Debbie? Do you have the same problem, producer Lily? I know we've got so many papers that I forget, but producer Lily is a whiz with her paper pads, and when Lily's on next on Play Your Craft Right, she needs a paper pad game because she's so good with them. Craig's amazing with them as well. Debbie just has them at the side of her and pulls one off and sees what works and then the colours around it. But this is the Wildflower collection, so that's just the reverse side of the Wildflower. Sometimes that has that muted tones, can work really well with your, and again, to look at it, it's got a vintage look to it. Obviously that side's not got the vintage look, but if you turn this over, and again you can ink around the edges, so do you know, if you want to give it a little pop, ink around the edges with your distress inks, but it's got a vintage kind of look to it rather than a Wildflower look, and I think it'll go to work really well with my Father Christmas, my little Rudolph, and my little sprigs and foliage. Now this is a piece of cardstock that measures at 10 by 6, scored at 2 1/2, and 7 1/2 to create a gatefold. And I've just inked over the outside flaps just to create a little bit of a, rather than a stark white, a vintagey look. And you can do that with your water reactive ink pads and give it that little, and I say tickle over the top, and I do mean that gently, just tickle over the top round the outside with your ink applicators, because what it does is it softens that white, it gives it that aged vintage look, which is what we're trying to go for. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas has got the lovely vintagey tones, and that's why when you're choosing your colours, choose them around those themes to vintage that up and give it that aged look.
What colour ink did you use for that?
Round this one?
Yeah.
Friar, I always say
Friar's brown.
Friar or seal. Seal, Friar brown, seal brown. We used to call it Freya, me and Craig. And Leanne looked at us both. We were having a meet, like a little chinwag with her. In fact, it was one night after cancer, and we were both saying that we struggled with the word Freya brown. And she went, it's fire brown. And we both looked at each other because we were both calling it Freya brown. And she went, it's fire. She went, easy way to remember is in Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, Friar Brown. She went, just remember that way. And neither of us have had a problem with it since. Oh, I tell you, I should have my own little dictionary. I really should. But yes, seal brown will give you that aged look. Friar brown will also give you the aged look, but it's a little bit lighter, whereas your seal brown is a very darker shade of brown and will give you that nice aged look. So yeah, that's a good one. Now I'm just putting my Father Christmas onto some foam because I want to give him a little bit of a lift, and I'm just going to drop him into the left hand corner of my fold. I'm then going to put my little Rudolph, and he's going to sit down at the very bottom, so I'm going to lift him as well. So I'll pop a little foam pad just onto the back of him too. You could use things like your chunky glue on there too. So I'm just going to pop that down onto the bottom, and I've grounded him at the very bottom of the card there. You could go up to that edge, but it doesn't really matter. It's depending on the way that you want this to look. And then I'm just going to drop all my little sprigs. Notice I've called them sprigs now. That's one word. Do you know, everybody could tell me how to say that word, and I still, in a month for Sundays, cannot say the word. I can't. Lily's trying to teach me. I know you try and teach me, Becky, but it's just one of the words I cannot grasp.
Look, I think there's some things in this world we're not meant to know.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's just the way I am, and I can't help it. That's just who I am. And I know people will say, but Debbie, it's an easy word to learn. No, it's not. You'll teach me, and then I'll forget it, and then I can't remember it, and then I end up... So I just say the easiest word that I remember. Oh, Debbie, you're going a bit OTT there, girl. You don't want all that many. Let's pop that there, because I'm going to cover that up in a second. You want my lovely?
A bit of greenery. I think I just call it greenery.
Greenery is a good one, yes. Yeah, greenery is a good one.
We all know what you mean for that.
A what-y?
Leaves, yeah, you could.
Sprigs.
Sprigs, yeah.
Sprigs is easy. That's a good one. So I'm just going to go over the top with my glue, just popping that down. And then I'm going to add a little ribbon into the top corner. So I'll get me a little straight edge pen over the top. You will stick down, sprig. Stay. There you go. And then I'm going to pop on a little bit of ribbon. And then I'm going to pop... Now, this will need hot glue gun to stick it on. These are 3D embellishments. They're not something that you could... And I haven't plugged the hot glue gun in, so I'm going to use my good old favourite, little bit of chunky glue. Bit of chunky glue. And just pop them on. But hot glue will be the best. However, these will set. I'm going to leave it there and fetch the finished one in a second, just because they are wet, and if I lift that up now, that will fall off. But if you let them stay and set, few hours they'll be, in fact, I say in a few hours, in about half an hour they'll be already setting. But before you post it or give it out to anyone, give it a good 24 hours before you do. That's how I do it. And then I'm just going to pop across there. And again, these stamps are absolutely fab. And that lovely vintage, even down to the script is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to give it a little bit of a corner though, a little there, and then I tell you what I'm going to do. Let me bring in the dry one. You've just said don't lift it up, Debbie. You can let that set, let that dry, and now they stay on beautifully, and a gorgeous way. And even using your recent paper pads, because Wildflower, goodness me, it's not that long ago, is it? About a few weeks. You could use your current paper pads with your older collections, because obviously we don't have the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas paper pad anymore, but you can do a modern twist with the paper pads that you currently have. So absolutely gorgeous. Fantastic price though for a great collection.
Absolutely. So these are all the different items you'll be getting in this collection. This is your builder stocking. This is your stamp and die set here. Next one is your builder sleigh, stamp and die set again. Then we have your decorative frame. We've got a traditional window cut and emboss folder. We've got your festive foliage. greenery, sprigs. We've then got Stockings by the Fire stamp set. This one is your St Nicholas stamp set. Then we've got Christmas Eve. We've got the collection of those different embellishments. We've got pine cones and little, what are they called? Berries. And then you've also got these other two dies, which I didn't show you earlier on. Fantastic price here, £36.77, $44.64 if you're a platinum price holder. I do need to let you know who won the Facebook. So we've had 5 winners. It's Marcia Ernest, Nina Boyer, Carolyn Wilson, Kelly Jones and Val Lloyd. If you can, email in at prizes@crafterscompanion.co.uk and let us know. We'll be able to send you your vouchers. So that's prizes@crafterscompanion, also crafterscompanion.com down there. Just email through and we'll be able to send out all your vouchers. I do actually, Suzanne Dawn has messaged in with the other information about that die. What we'll do is we'll have a chat about it during the, or we might be able to go back to it in a minute, but we will maybe talk about that during the craft along a little bit later, because we need to do the vote for demo of the show.
And literally, I've dropped one of my balls off there. One of my little embellishments there. We'll start with number 1.
Yep.
Garden Tea Party. Number 2, the Baroque borders. Number 3, the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So it's 1, 2, or 3. You decide.
Fantastic. Okay, we do have the Craft Along shopping list. So we've got the Craft Along happening at 2 o'clock. This is going to be with Gareth Dodds is joining us. So that's going to be exciting. And Gareth had to run out and get some glue because he'd run out. So you can see here we've got our little shopping list of all the bits and pieces that you can get together if you want to join us. But obviously, you know, you might want to just watch and then do your craft along a little bit later on. But we're going to be making that beautiful folio that you're going to be doing. It looks really, really lovely. I'm looking forward to that. Lots of people loving that collection. People saying actually they are... So Sarah Brown says, I love the Christmas collection. I have it all. I love to colour with the stamps. And Betty says, I use my pencils on this stamp. It's so fun. So if you're keen on getting the pencils, remember we do have them as a deal, buy one, get one free. Have a look at the website for that. That is our, not Phoebe, freebie frenzy item that we're going. We're still waiting for demo of the show. Have we got, no, not yet, almost there. Also, while you're having a look at the website, look at our April Showers promotion that we've got there. That finishes at midnight tomorrow. There are loads of fantastic deals on there. Tape pens, craft card, black card, guillotine. Half price guillotine? That's an incredible item to get, isn't it?
Wait a minute, half price guillotine?
I know. What's going
Change your
on
mind about what I said earlier? Half price guillotine? That is my top tip. Right, fantastic tool. Half price guillotine.
That's
no
really
way.
good.
Half price eat tool. I mean, come on, what are we doing? April showers.
I know. Crazy.
Practically giving them away. What an amazing deal. Get over to that section because there's obviously some really good deals there that
won't be there for much longer, will they?
No, I know they're not. Definitely not going to be there.
I do have an announcement to tell you, which is one. Which one do you think is one?
Do you know what? I'm not sure because they all bring something a little bit different.
They do. They're all gorgeous.
They do, yeah.
But it's actually number 2.
Well
done. Really
Still
beautiful.
a firm favourite then with you guys.
Absolutely.
So number 1.
Well done.
Number 2, sorry.
That went really quickly, didn't it?
It flew by.
Zoom. Gone. I do hope you've enjoyed the show. We're going to be back with you at 2 o'clock for the craft along. You're going to see, have a look on social media so you can see all the shopping list again if you missed that we just had on a moment ago. We're going to be joined by Gareth and we're going to show, or Debbie's going to show us how to make that beautiful folio. Hope you enjoy it and join us later on. We'll see you soon.